My name's Isaac, better known as Izzy the Bricky, and this week I went to London to go do some recording for Fixed Radio, finished off the extension up to scaffold height, and then Drew and I went upstairs to replace every single lintel on this house. You guys are watching the next instalment of Izzy the Bricky Weekly. Monday afternoon, and we are back on this new extension. This morning we've been messing about. We put 3 courses on and sorted out our C tray detail, what I spoke about last week. We sorted out all the groundworks on this job. We stoned up and cleared all the mud because it was like a landslide because of how much rain we had. I've marked up all of my gauge, what I took from the other side, and transferred it to this profile here. And as you can see, the house brickwork is slightly higher than our set gauge, but this is correct, and I've taken all my levels with a laser and transferred it there going up, so everything is bang on. But as the house has subsided or things are just slightly out, I thought I'd best copy the gauge from the other side and transfer it here. We've also loaded out this entire panel with a variety of bricks. What we have is these new bricks what came a few days ago, and we're mixing them in with the old bricks. Now the difference is, it's not too bad. As you can see, there is a slight difference, but we're mixing them in ratio 1:1. So every time I lay one of these old ones, we're sticking in one of these. Now they are a good match in terms of height, but in terms of size, when I put them side by side, you can see there's about a 5 to 7 mil difference, depending on which old brick I pick up. So I have got slightly bigger perp joints down here, but there's nothing I can do. We've used the old rustic bricks, which are all of these what Drew is still cleaning up. Down that side and on the back of the house, because that side of the house is actually going to be seen by the client, as is the actual back of the extension and over the lintel. Whereas down this side, although we've got a neighbour's house here, we've got a big fence and plenty of like trees what will grow up, so it doesn't matter too much. And as you can see here, this is also quite a tight side of the house, so it's not going to be seen as much. Overall, the difference in colour or size is actually not noticeable at all. It's really subtle, so it's actually a really nice brick match. So the reason we're using newer bricks down this side is just because we actually just don't have enough bricks here. I mean, we've got, I think we had a total of 1,100, but it's still just not enough to do the entire job. So we thought if we get some new ones, we'll be able to blend them in down this side. So yes, that's why we have new bricks.
Yesterday I was wrapped up at the time as well.
I need food as well.
That's where we're leaving it for today. Overall, I'm actually not really very happy with how much brickwork we've got done. Kind of one of them. I had to sort out all of the groundwork, stone up. Some bricks fell into my wall, which really annoyed me. So I had to sort out a load of things like that. And then we've been tarping back and forth all day, trying to protect from the rain. Now, tomorrow, Tuesday, I'm not in. I'm running about, running errands, but it is meant to rain all day, so kind of dodging a bullet. Wednesday, I'm back off to London to do some things for Fix Radio, so hopefully I'll be able to bring you along and show you who I'm interviewing. And in the meantime, while I'm off, Drew's coming in, I think Wednesday, to clean up a few more of these bricks, because I actually had to drop back and start cleaning some bricks to help them out because it is so slow and they are so caked up in stuff. It's almost impossible to keep me going with bricks, compo, and all the other little bits and bobs what Drew does for me. So yeah, I'm gonna catch you in a few days. Sick. 9:30 Wednesday morning, and I'm just about to go get the train off to London because today I'm doing Fix Radio and Fix Radio podcasts and things like that. I'm interviewing Steve and Alex today and a few other well-known bricklayers on Instagram. So it should be a good laugh. Catch up with you guys when I'm in London. Currently at Fix Radio, going over all the things and all the people I'm meant to be interviewing today. Gutted, Steve and Alex are delayed on a job because they're stuck bricking up a window till 9 o'clock tonight. I'm going to try and pull in another guest and we'll see how we get on. Come on, Steve, what are you playing at?
How's that going, sound like?
Yeah, sound fine, they do. Welcome to the Bricklaying Podcast with Fix Radio. I'm your host, IzzyTheBricky. So a nice little bit of information for those apprentices coming into the trade is learning some real basic bricklaying math. Your 75mm times table. So 75, 150, 225, 300, 375, so on. Okay, so try and get this nailed into your head. Really important to learn. So when someone gives you a measurement and goes, right, this window height is 900, you can think to yourself, right, that is going to be 4 quarter blocks or 12 quarter bricks. I had to do the math there myself. So there we go. You know what, mate? That's a fantastic way to leave this conversation. I think perseverance and just constantly pushing forward, striving for excellence and things like that. You couldn't be more right, and that's what the bricklaying trade is really all about.
All the best, mate.
Cheers, bye. Bye.
Alright, there you go.
Oh, what are we saying? We done?
Yeah, that's it, done.
Buzzing. Oh, God.
Are you knackered?
You know what? I am a bit tired.
Yeah,
It's hard being switched on. I'm never normally switched on. Thursday morning and we are back on the job. Yesterday I did all of my things for Fix Radio, ended up getting back to Derby about 11:30, almost 12 o'clock by the time I got home. So very long day yesterday, but we're finally back at work. Drew ended up coming in yesterday cleaning up a load of bricks for us, which is absolutely fantastic. So at least we've got loads to go at today because that was kind of holding me back a little bit. The lad I'm doing the job for had a meeting with the clients and turns out we're having a different style of roof. Previously we were having a gable cut up, however the clients are now having a flat roof with a sky pod in. So less brickwork for Drew and I, which means we'll be off this job quicker. Show how dusty you are. Look at your little face. It's about 11:30. Drew has finally finished cutting all the bricks. As I mentioned either a few days ago or the last video, this entire panel has been cut, 4 bricks per course, same over here. And the reason was because these original bricks measure sometimes 235, 240. It meant either having really big perp joints or a really small half, like a half next to a half or a 3/4. I just didn't want that. So aesthetically, as a bricklayer, you want both of these sides to match and look really nice. If it means doing more cuts, we've just had to unfortunately do it, but it's just one of them. finished up down there, got everywhere pointed, tidied, and had a right nice titivate off all the brickwork. And now we're up here replacing these windows. So they want to come up 2 course of brick. So at the moment they are 180 mil lower than what they actually need to be. So we're going to take off a couple of course of brick, which I've already started, and then stick a new lintel on, which Drew just bought up, bed that on, 150 mil bearing either side, and it shouldn't be too bad. Back in the day, they didn't used to use lintels or anything like that. They used to just build their brickwork straight on the timber frame like that. Now the timber frames are pretty strong, but we've got to put a nice stainless steel lintel in. We also need to replace and put in a lintel over that window, which is just over there. So plenty to be getting on with. We've got to get stuck in.
Let's shout joiner.
Now you can see here that we've got easily almost 150 mil bearing. I've got 200 mil that side, so I can just split the difference there. So plenty of bearing. Put my corner block on that side to the other side, ran my line, but you can just see how knackered and damaged all this brickwork is here. You can see obviously the massive gap we've got. It's going to take you like a bit of manipulation to get right, but what I'm going to end up doing is taking off these top 2 courses anyway. They'll still need to put a lintel in over that window over there. A little bit of playing about with this to get it right. And something else I've also done, which I think I spoke about last video, just put a prop here under this lintel because these tend to sag really easily. So a little bit of extra support there. There's a couple of like queen closures just randomly in the middle. So I've had to scooch this bond along a little bit to make everything work. So something else I spoke about earlier was trying to manipulate my brickwork to match in with the existing, or trying to get mine right. Because obviously the house has subsided quite significantly. You can see just the massive difference with how the brickwork is compared to the level. Me trying to do my brickwork right would actually look really weird. You'll end up with some sort of corbel effect where the brickwork will be leaning in like that, the original, and then I'll put mine here and go up. It would just look really strange. I'm kind of just going with what's already here. It's no big deal, and sometimes you just got to work with what you're given. Friday morning and we're back on the job. Now, last night I finished off bricking up over all of these lintels, and today I'm going to be bricking up around these steels what we knocked through not so long ago to actually get them into the building. I've also got to do some bricking up there to finish off the gable, which unfortunately got knocked down ever so slightly when we put that top ridge beam steel in. And then we're dropping onto the front and downstairs to start replacing a load of lintels for the old windows. So lots to do, lots of messing about, so we'll catch up in a little bit. Oh my god!
I hate water.
What's to do with this, man? What are you doing?
God, lad. Drew and I were able to get this window out, which was actually a right pain. We bricked over and up this lintel and window here, so that's all sorted. We've just taken cover because we had a right downpour which caused everything to kind of lean a little bit, which is a right pain. So once again, we're just propping all of our lintels to stop any sagging, because these old lintels sag so easily and all the bricks tend to want to roll over. And this is why I've put slate on my first course of brick. It just helps spread the weight. If I was just to have a normal compo joint without the slate, you'll find that everything just squishes down, especially with these old imperial bricks, because they're so heavy and don't soak up water very well. So having the slate there just adds that extra layer of strength. Oh dear. After all of that, I put the lintel on the wrong course. I put it a course too low. So, you know, it's just one of them really. It only took about 10 minutes to get to this stage. So it's not that big of a deal, you know. Can't be mint all the time. Spent the afternoon so far putting those windows, doing the other side of this gable, which has been taken down to about here. We've rebuilt all of that and just been messing about doing bits and bobs everywhere. The entire house is just so far out of plumb, it's causing a load of problems, but nothing I can really do about it unless we take down the entire gable. The next job on the list is this steel here. Now the steel is sat on a padstone which is pretty much right on the face of the brickwork. So what we're going to have to do is actually cut down some bricks into somewhat brick slips and actually glue them in position, and then we'll knock these bricks off and build everything around this steel and glue over the steel with full bricks so you won't be seen. Now the reason this steel is so far forward is that we have a chimney on the inside. Now there is internal brickwork, but there's the face brickwork, a 260mm cavity, and then more brickwork. But all of that brickwork is corbelled out for the chimney, and it's actually not really supported by anything else but this 4-inch wall. So I'll take you inside now and show you exactly what I'm on about. You can see that the chimney is corbelled out. 1 course, 2 course, 3 courses of brickwork. All of this is corbelled out. So the reason we have to have the padstone on the face of the brickwork is that basically this entire section of brickwork here, there, and here as well is all corbelled from the outside wall, and ideally it's already got a massive lean on it. We don't want to be putting an entire steel and the weight of this entire dormer on this corbelled brickwork, which in all fairness is about done.
Oh, that's mint. That is mint.
This is going to work. There we go. So that one go there. Cool. Sick. Yeah, I think it works. Yes, right, there we go. So that's where we've left it for today. We were cutting all the splits we needed to go over the steel. Done loads of like little bits and bobs today. It's been really hard and really tiring. And I always find when you do little bits and bobs all around the house, you just can't really get stuck in. Either way, we did all right and pretty much wrapped up everything we really needed to. And hopefully next week we're going to get the extension up to wall plate height and sort out the flat roof and everything like that. But on that note, that's where we're going to be leaving it. So Drew and I will catch you next week. See you later.